FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
The third element in the title is, of course, the elephant, the tiger, and the cell phone. And that's quite deliberately because the cell phone in many ways has been, to me, the most striking symbol of this transformation of the elephant into the tiger. Today, we are the world record holder in the number of cell phones being sold every month. 7 million phones average every month this year, going up every month, which of course means more new subscribers than China gets. And China, of course, has more cell phones in absolute terms, but the momentum is with India. And what's striking about this is that I grew up in India where there were only 20 million landlines 40 years after independence, and the waiting list to get a phone was 8 years long. In fact, when a member of parliament raised this issue, not just this issue, but the fact that the telephones that did exist were so awful that you picked them up and you wouldn't get a dial tone, or when you tried to dial, you got a wrong number more often than not, or you had a cross connection with somebody else's conversations and so on. Then the then communications minister of Mrs. Gandhi's cabinet stood up in parliament and said, well, if you don't like your telephone, you can return it, because there is an 8-year waiting list for people who want this supposedly inadequate product. So why should we have anything better than what we've got? That was the attitude. And what a transformation we've seen since then. Today, the number of rural cell phones exceeds the entire number of fixed landlines in the country. And that's a transformation that you couldn't believe. But what's more important is who has those cell phones. The cell phones of India today are largely in the hands of people who could not have dreamt of being on that 8-year waiting list and who would not have qualified for those landlines. You go to India, you'll find a cell phone in the hand of a chauffeur, you'll find the cell phone in the hand of a fisherman. The most astonishing example I came across was when I was in India. In India, still in many suburbs of cities, you'll find a fellow with a cart with a big coal-fired iron who will take in ironing for you and do it very quickly and return it to you from all the houses in the neighborhood. Now, in this particular suburb that I visited, the chap with the ironing cart had a cell phone, so that he could receive summonses to come and pick up clothes for ironing, and that he could call people back to tell them when their shirts were ready. I mean, this kind of transformation has been made possible because, of course, India also has the cheapest cell phone minutes in the world, and that too has begun to empower the poor in a way that many, many decades of statist so-called socialism never quite achieved.